Welcome to Cooking Wild. Today we are going to be making grilled elk steak with foil pouched baby potatoes. For dessert we are going to have a mixed berry grunt, and we are going to wash that down with a Chimay Grand Reserve Ale. Stick around because we are cooking wild. So I'm going to cube up these golden potatoes. I've got them cleaned. I'm leaving the skin on. They cook really well with the skin on, and they give off kind of a buttery flavor already. So these are wonderful to cook in like foil pouches or on the grill. So I've just cleaned them, and I'm just going to cube them up. And the only thing that I'm really going to season these with is salt, pepper, and butter. Of course, you can add anything you want in there. A seasoning that you can put on these that I've used before, and it's my go-to seasoning, I've probably mentioned it a million times, is Creole. And it's really good on them too. So I'm going to cube up enough to fit in this size of a foil pan. And I'm going to put melted butter over the top. I'm going to toss them in that and salt and pepper. And then I'm going to seal the top of my full pan, and then we're going to put it on the grill. And we're just going to have to watch it periodically, check them, and they're going to be done when they're fork tender. So just when you push a fork in them and it just kind of breaks apart and slides out easily, then your potatoes are going to be done.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer one line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
You are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
So we are going to make a steak sauce to go with our elk steak. Most people generally frown upon putting any type of steak sauce on a good steak, but I promise you this is really good sauce and you're going to want to try this. So let me just go over the ingredients first on what we're going to put in it. We have a half a cup of sorghum, a half a cup of scotch, half cup of ketchup, third of a cup of soy sauce, and we have about 2 cloves of garlic that's minced. I have 4 tablespoons of butter that's divided. We're going to use some in the beginning and some in the end. I have a tablespoon of cornstarch mixed with 2 tablespoons of water, which is our slurry, and it's going to thicken it up. And I have about a half a teaspoon of salt. I am going to cut up this small to medium white onion. I'm going to dice it as finely as I can. And then we're going to go over to the saucepan and add all of our ingredients. Once it's cooked down in the saucepan, we're going to run it through the blender and smooth it up to get any of the chunks out of it that may still be in there, like our onion and our garlic. So we're going to go ahead and start our steak sauce. Just get you a medium-sized saucepan on a medium heat. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter, and we are going to put in our onion that we diced up. It ended up being about the cup, maybe a little bit more. Put our onion in and our salt. saute this for about 8 to 10 minutes until your onions are almost translucent. And once we got the onions broken down, we'll go ahead and add the remainder of the ingredients. So these have to saute for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, we have our onions nice and translucent. So we're gonna go ahead and add our garlic. We're gonna let our garlic cook in with our onions about a minute to 2. And then we are gonna go ahead and then just add in the rest of our ingredients. I'm excited about this steak sauce. I think it's gonna be really great. So we have the 1/2 cup of sorghum, the 1/2 cup of bourbon, 1/2 cup of ketchup. It's smelling good already. And 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. Okay, I'm just gonna stir all this together and we're gonna let this simmer for about 10 minutes or so to get all of the flavors really infused. I'm gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes and then we'll set it aside, let it cool for a minute or so, and then we'll blend it. And our steak sauce will be almost ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the last 2 ingredients to this. It is our cornstarch slurry, which is gonna basically just thicken the sauce up. So, and then when it's done, I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm going to put in the last 2 tablespoons of butter and just let it melt into it at the end.
You are called to be bold, to connect in your home, to your community, and to the world. From your land, we are Bravado Wireless. We are your high-speed internet provider based right here in eastern Oklahoma. With the latest technology, we offer coverage in more underserved areas than ever, with 4G LTE speeds and no installation needed. We're faster and more reliable than the competition, and at $59.99 a month, we're more affordable too. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
So I'm going to go ahead and get our elk steak prepped. Our grill is hot and ready to go. It is just going to be a simple prep on this steak. I've already removed all of the silver skin, and all we're going to do on the elk steak is I'm going to season it with kosher salt, sea salt, whichever one you got, and coarse black pepper. That's the only thing we're going to season this steak with. Because remember, we made that really good steak sauce that we're going to use on it. So I'm going to flip it over, do the other side. Then we're going to take it out and get it on the grill. Potatoes are pretty much done. I've moved them to the upper rack, and we're going to go ahead and put our elk steak on in the center part, the heat of our grill. And it is really hot, so we are going to watch these closely. We're going to cook these to a medium rare for just a few minutes on each side. I'm going to check them after about 2 minutes and probably turn them over. We're going to go ahead and let them cook on the other side for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to check them and see if they're where we want them, which is a medium to medium rare.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer one line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
So next we're going to start on our dessert. We are going to make a mixed berry grunt. I'm going to cook the berries down in the cast iron skillet before we actually bake it. But I'm going to start with 2 pounds of fresh berries. I chose raspberries and blueberries. And we've got flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon sugar, buttermilk, melted butter, and water, and lemon juice. But to start, we're going to put our 2 pounds of berries into our cast iron with a 1/4 cup of sugar and a tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And I'm going to take this over and put it on the stove top and cook it down for about 10 minutes. And while it's cooking down, I'm going to mix up the dough to put in this. So take this to the stove. So we have our mixed berries in the cast iron skillet on medium heat. I've got my 1/4 cup of sugar in there and my tablespoon of lemon juice. And we are just going to cook these down. The lemon juice kind of helps break them down, and this will thicken as it cooks. But we're going to cook it for about 10 minutes, and I'll just occasionally stir it. So we'll just check back on it here in a little bit and see what it looks like. So we're going to create our dough for our mixed berry grunt. We're basically going to dollop it into the top, kind of like a dumpling. So we're going to start with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to whisk all of my dry ingredients together first. A teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and just a pinch of salt. So I'm going to whisk these dry ingredients together real well, and then I will add my wet, and this is going to form our dough. So our wet ingredients is a 1/2 cup of buttermilk plus 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. And we have 2 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. And I'm going to stir all this together to make our dough. And once our berries are cooked down about 10 minutes on the stove top, then we will just take little spoonfuls and kind of dollop the dough on top of the berries, and then we will put the whole cast iron skillet into the oven to bake. So we've got our dough mixed up well. I'm going to check on our berries, and when they're cooked down, we'll go ahead and put the dough on top. So our berries have cooked down about 10 minutes, and they're starting to break down real well. And the next thing we're going to do is put our dough on the top of our berry mixture. And we're just going to drop them kind of in spoonfuls on top. size spoonfuls. And the next step is I'm just going to use our cinnamon sugar mixture and just sprinkle it over the top. And then we are going to cover this, and I'm going to put it in the oven and let it bake at 400 for about 20 minutes or until the dough is done and kind of browns on top.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer one line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
You are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
So our mixed berry grunt just came out of the oven. It's nice and hot. See how our little dumplings cooked up really well. And we are going to plate this up. You can serve it with ice cream, whipped cream, or you can just eat it as is. It's wonderful anyway. I hope you enjoyed this episode. To view more, go to bravadowireless.com. I'm Amber, and we've been cooking wild.